and we are talking about the future of internet here in our community, and that is Ting. And I want to welcome program management person David Nunweiller to our program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell me what program management does. You're kind of the overseer of everything from the 10,000 foot level.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I mean, I'm there to really keep watch on everything across the board, cross-functionally, help the project managers, the construction program managers out when there's issues or concerns. How do we keep things resolved? Get things resolved quickly, so nothing stalls out. We want to make sure, especially on this project, that we're getting things resolved in a quick way. I don't get so much into the details of things.
Right.
I'm there to help make sure we're communicating up to the executive levels. At the same time, I'm in touch with all the project managers that are working day to day. So really, that's really my key job, right? Is keep an eye on the big picture, but help to resolve things quickly with all the people that are working at the detailed level.
Okay, yeah.
Well.
So like the project managers might get bogged down at one site, one location where there's an issue, there's a challenge, whatever it might be. But you're still the guy looking at the calendar. You're making sure that the supplies are there. You're making sure the crews are there. You're kind of doing all of that and that kind of coordination, right?
Yeah, that's right. And there to assist those project managers, et cetera, in any way I can, so that if issues come up and stuff, and there's challenges of getting somebody to get in quickly to help them out, I'm there to help that out, to engage maybe the senior leaders, things like that, to help get those resolved quickly. I'm there almost like a bit of a jack of all trades to kind of help move things along quickly and efficiently where we can. Don't have the luxury of time on this project, so how can we make sure that we get those things done fast and resolved quickly.
When you looked at this project, when this came on your plate and you said, okay, Laguna Woods Village, and we're going to do this whole massive to this major community, what were some of the first things that you said, okay, I need to do A, B, and C?
Yeah, for this was how do we make sure that we've got it planned out very efficiently. Again, I said a couple times, don't have the luxury of time on this project. We've got a hard stop at the end. So we have to really do a lot of good planning at the beginning, think a lot about risks and contingencies that we can put in that don't allow an extension of time. How can we build those relationships with the teams of people we're working with, including Laguna Woods Village itself, so that we can do things in a way that make sure that the residents are well taken care of as we're going through it. So partnerships, cooperation of everyone is key. So those are some of the things that came to my mind with the large number of residents we're dealing with, and the short timelines we're under, and the hard deadlines that we're under. We have to really make sure we've planned it out well, and we have a good team of people available to resolve things quickly and be able to meet those timelines.
Now, one of the philosophies I've heard from some other folks is this thing called building with care. And I know that's an approach you guys take, and especially in a senior community where folks are, hey, there's just change coming and there's disruptions coming. How do you incorporate that in there with this quick timeline and wanting to get in and out?
Again, I think it's planning. Again, it's planning, and Ting is a company that is all about people first and humans. So I think that's where that comes in. I think everything you do, you have to do it with a thought of people first, and certainly I think that's key to it. So if you come at it from that way, you don't just come at it from a construction perspective or solely about thinking about just getting it done first. If you come at it from the perspective of thinking about the people and you incorporate that into your planning, then I think that's key to it. So whether it's a community like Laguna Woods, it's critical in that case, but really no matter where you are, really if you come at it from that perspective, I think that's key.
How important is it to understand the community you're going into? Different communities, different regulations, different systems in place, different plugs, in terms of electronics and things like that. How important is it for you to have all of those things worked out ahead of time so you don't run into those surprises as you go? Because there's going to be surprises no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely critical. And I think the more you do that at the beginning, the more successful you'll be. Like you say, you're not gonna figure out everything beforehand. So you have to make sure you have a good team of people so that when you do run into the unknowns, you've got a good team of people to quickly figure out those problems and move forward. But again, the more you can do that in a pre-planning mode, the better off you are. So whether it comes to the technical side of it, like you mentioned, the plugs, as your example is, or whether it's around the people piece of it, so understanding your, the demographics that you're dealing with, the people you're dealing with, putting yourself in their shoes and thinking outward from that perspective, you're going to be more successful.
What is it that you find most rewarding or like most about the job that you do when you come into a community like this?
I think it's thinking about at the end, how the residents are going to feel at the end. So to me, that's critical. I think that on any project, quite honestly, but in this project especially, I'm within this demographic, quite honestly, and I just think for myself, how I would feel if I was going through this myself, and how I would end up at the end thinking about getting this type of technology, how that would give me access to new things, and how that would make me feel. That's where I get my satisfaction from is just thinking about that end point. And if we're successful, if we do this right, if we make sure we're not disruptive to the residents, that's success for me. Giving that value to them, we're bringing value to the community by bringing this technology to them, but more importantly, bringing value to the resident and what they're going to have available to them today and into the future.
All right. From Program Management, David Nunweiller, he's got the finish line in mind all the time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hope you're enjoying our conversations with the folks from Ting, and they will continue right here on Village Television.